Hey y'all. Hope everyone is doing amazing and that you are enjoying your day. And hope you had a good weekend. I'm your girl Twonta J, and your girl Leticia is en route. Well, she's on her way, put it that way. But yeah, I hope you all are doing good. And we are super excited. We are on season 18. And this is episode 8, I think. Yeah, episode 8. And so I think we got one more week before we close out this season, if I'm not mistaken, if not 2 more weeks. And then we'll take a 2 week hiatus, and then we come back in June, if I'm not mistaken. And we normally do that. We do like at least 10 shows per season, and then we take a 2 week break, and then we come back, right, with a new season. So, but yeah, I hope you all are doing well. And you know what? I realize this is the season of prom, and graduation. Yeah, graduation. As a matter of fact, my youngest daughter is soon to graduate from um, college, well, community college, this Friday. She will be getting her associate's degree. And so we're really excited for her on that. And yeah, so at this point, once she's done, I have no more kids that's in school, technically. Um, she wants to she double majored in veterinary medicine and um, performance. Um, so after she graduates, I don't know what she wants to do in terms of the field in veterinary medicine. I don't know if she will go sign up for another school, to study that abroad. I don't know yet. She hasn't really decided what she wants to do on that. Well, I'm like, well, girl, don't be waiting to Christmas now. Just get it out the way while you still can. Um, so she's trying to figure if she wants to be a vet tech or a doctor in that field. And excuse me, she wants to study not the domestic animals, but all animals. And I don't know if there's another name for that, but so it's not just the cats and the dogs, but she wants to work with the cows and oh, sweet. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, so she wants to work with cows and horses and you name it, honey. All of God's creatures. I was like, you sure about that? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I ain't gonna argue with it. So if that's what she wants to do, is what she wants to do. But like I said, she's just trying to figure out some things, I guess. You know how that is when you're at that stage of life. You're not sure exactly where you see yourself or where you want to go. And sometimes some things don't work out the way you visualize it and all of that. So, oh, Dr. Doolittle, yeah. Yeah, Dr. Doolittle. So, see, I'm excited for her. It's been a good 4 years, so we'll see what happens. I mean, thank God she has a good head on her shoulders, so it won't be long for her to make a decision as what she wants to do. At this point, right now, she's just want to continue working at. Oh, I'm just got a message. I'm sorry. That she's going to continue working at Chick-fil-A. She's been there since she was 16, and now she's 21. And so that gives her more time, at work, and start saving her money and all those things, and go from there and see what happens. Right? See what happens. So yeah, anybody celebrating a graduation or prom? Have y'all seen some of the pictures that posted out there already? Some of these prom pictures. Oh my heavens. There's some that was really, really nice. I will say that there was some beautiful prom pictures. of not just the young lady, but even some of the young men. Very classy, distinguished, very, very nice, beautiful pictures, pretty gowns, very nice, eloquent, regal. I was really pleased to see some of that, but there's some others, child. Oh Lord. Now I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer. Please forgive me. I'm not. I guess I'm just that old school classic type of chick, but I do not like to see the young men's wearing, any nice suits and then have on sneakers. What is that? I don't like it, but to each his own, right? And they'll make it crazy. Some the pants is like Pee Wee Herman pants. Like what? And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I'm not a fan of that at all. It just takes the whole look away. That's just how I see it. But to each his own. To each his own. The good news is that they're celebrating something that's once in a lifetime for them, right? So let them have their fun, right? So listen, y'all, we are continuing with our show tonight. Were we on last week? No, we were not on last week. Last week was a busy week, I guess, for both of us, honestly. And this week is pretty kind of laid back, so it's not too bad, right? I think May and June are the busiest month because of course May is Mother's Day's month, right? So all of us moms celebrating Mother's Day for the whole month. Just like we celebrate our birthday, right? We celebrate Mother's Day for the whole month. Okay. And then like I said, you got prom, and then you have graduation coming up, right? And birthdays, weddings, right? So yeah, May and June is usually the most busiest months out of the year around this time, and that's to be expected, right? So of course, when we come back from our 2 week 2 week vacay, whatever you want to call it, or our break, we're going to talk a little bit more about things to do during the summer time, right? You know, and also prepare for the upcoming season, which will be fall. Because I can't believe y'all, we halfway done with 2026. Next month is June. Okay, it's June. It's like we're halfway finished with this year. Isn't that something? And so before you know it, it'll be August all over again. It'll be time to go back to school and everything. I know nobody want to hear that. Because I know there's some summer babies out there, right? Y'all can't wait for summer. Y'all can't wait for the heat. Y'all can't wait to go on the beach and all of that good stuff, right? Barbecue and all that good stuff. I understand. Um, but yeah, before you know it, it'd be time to go back to school, right? So if you can, let us know what topics you want us to talk about during the summer when we come back from our break in June. What is it that you want us to talk about for the summertime? Whether it be like summer vacation spots, summer summer activities, whatever it is, and even just things in general as far as what do you do during your off season, so to speak, because not only school is closed, but some families, my parents also have their summer time off from work, you know what I mean? But not everybody takes a trip, go on a summer trip or anything like that. Some people just stay home throughout those few months, and just make the best of it, right? So let us know, what you want us to talk about doing for the summertime that we come back after our 2 week break. And we'll be happy to discuss those things, right? I know for me, for this summer, I'm pretty sure I'll be here. Hey, love.
Hello.
Hey.
What we
How
talking about?
Oh,
What I walked into.
oh no, I was just bringing the audience up to date in regards to we're going to be taking our 2 week break shortly, if not this week, the next week after.
Yeah,
and
about 2
then
weeks. Two more
about 2 weeks,
episodes left.
two
Yep.
more episodes, and then in the meantime, I was just letting them know what is it that they want us to talk about for the summer.
Oh, yes. For the
What,
summer.
yeah,
Yes. Let
we
us
talk,
know, guys. Let us know what you've been struggling with, what you need more clarity on.
yeah.
Also, what do you want us to build more awareness on, guys? Like any topics that you feel like, hey, we should talk about this. Because we talked about a lot of things like menopause. We do talk about awareness based topics as well. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about those things. And like I said, everybody's not going on vacation this summer. Most
Yeah.
will,
Yeah.
most family do, but for majority, people just want to
Gas
lay.
prices.
Yes, that too,
That's
honey.
why
Girl, people just can't afford it
they
now.
can't. It's so high. I mean, I don't know how it is for your state, but it's high here in New York. You're talking about I saw some places almost $8 a gallon. Like it's high. So
Mhm.
we understand y'all. If y'all like, listen, we're gonna shift some travel
And
plans.
that's just regular gas. I can imagine premium.
Regular gas. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know for this summer, like I was just saying, I'm not going anywhere this summer. We're not. I know my daughter
Mm,
had made early plans to go out of town with her friends in California, but that's pretty much it. To be
yeah.
honest with you,
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. And I also had told them that May and June are the busiest month because we got prom season, you got
Oh,
graduation season,
graduation.
weddings,
Uh-huh.
birthdays, Mother's Day,
Mother's Day.
so we got a lot
Was
going.
it Labor Day, right? Labor Day
Oh yeah, that's
weekend
right. Forgot about
or
Labor Day.
Memorial Day. One of those holidays.
Yeah, I think it's Memorial Day, isn't it?
Memorial Day. Yes,
It's
yes,
Memorial
yes.
Day.
Memorial
Yeah,
Day.
Memorial Day. So, if people got plans and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, I get it. And I also had mentioned about the prom pictures that's been posted lately on social media. And I saw
Yeah.
a post of very well distinguished, nice outfits. Some ladies
Yes.
wearing some beautiful dresses, and even some of the guys was wearing some beautiful tuxes. But the
Yes.
only thing I had my beef with is that I don't care what kind of tux or suit these boys are wearing. I do not like them sneakers and them.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
girl, I do not like them sneakers.
Yes.
I do
I,
not like
I I
those
don't know
pants.
when that style started,
I don't know either,
but
but
it really defeats the
so
purpose of a
it's
nice.
so weird. I
And
just
guess what? It's sad because these young men cannot go into the corporate world like that.
yeah, yeah.
If so, we can't make these boys comfortable with wearing a certain style because when they get out there in the corporate world and they walk into a boardroom or interview like that, they're not going to be considered, and they're going to be judged too at the same time. There's a time and place for sneakers, with a suit, no.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they get the sneakers that completely get them custom designed, just like their suit, like their tux or suits or whatever. So they
Right.
go really hard on that and everything. And I'm
Right.
like, to each his own. It's their world. I get
Mm.
it. But it's just, like you said, it just defeats the whole purpose of it and it just kills the vibe. That's just me. I'm
Right.
just,
And my thing is even with Crocs. Like, like here in New York, it's like everyone's wearing Crocs. I'm sorry, I cannot get into Crocs. I tried. I
I
went
don't
into the
like,
little Croc store and tried some on, and I did not walk out with any Crocs. I was like, no.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
we gotta be also too like people wearing that with trying to dress that up. I'm like, it's a Croc shoe. You
Mhm.
can't do that.
It's nothing
You
you can do.
know,
Some things are ugly. I'm sorry. I'm not
they are
going
hideous. And they make
to.
your feet look like boats. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I've seen some nice, beautiful prom dresses, beautiful, gorgeous gowns that some of these young ladies were wearing.
Right,
It was
right.
absolutely beautiful. And then it was some
Gorgeous.
that was just very questionable and just like really.
Yep.
But
Yep.
people take offense to that because it's like, but to each his own. This is their once in a lifetime moment. Oh, is your son still going to the prom?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes, he is definitely going. Like I shared before with you guys that he was like, no, but I was like, no, you only have one prom. You gotta go. You just gotta go. You just gotta
Yeah.
go. You're gonna have a good time,
Take fun, take advantage of it, take pictures, do what you need to
all
do.
of that.
you
All
know
of that.
because he's gonna reflect on that and he's like, man,
Mm-hmm.
I almost missed this opportunity. I'm so glad my mom told me to go.
Yeah. And even like for the daughters, like, and again, people can do what they want with their kids, but I feel like still for we got to remember these girls are 16, 17, maybe some are 18 years old, and like you still want them to look their age. You don't, some of these gowns is like they're at the Met Gala, the Met Gala, wherever. And I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like and on top of that, like these kids are going to 10, 20 years from now, they're going to go back and look at those pictures, so we
Mhm.
gotta remember that as well. I mean, I went to prom. I love my prom pictures. I was definitely, dressed. I had a little sleeveless dress, but it
Mhm.
was nice for my age, and I'm
Mhm.
glad that, my parents picked out the outfit that I had because it was definitely fit for my age. I was like
Mhm.
17 then, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. I had on a all white, and I had like
Oh,
a
why?
blue,
Ooh.
like I think ruffles on one side.
Uh-huh.
And my prom date, my choir friend, he had a white tux with the blue royal blue cummerbund and the tie.
Ooh, nice.
So that's what our colors were, was a royal blue
Yeah.
white.
Ours was black and silver.
Mm.
Yeah, but the silver was like a glitter. It was so nice, like a glittery silver. Only thing, like the glitter went everywhere. Like everybody had dance with, they got the glitter on them. But that was the only
Yeah.
thing. That was, I think, I only wore that dress one time because of all the glitter. It was too much. I
My
don't even know
dress
where
back
that dress is.
then, because my mom got the dress from this bridal place. Um
Oh,
and they have all types of gowns. So
right. Oh, those are the best place to go.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And back then they were very popular in the community,
Mm-hmm.
so their dresses were very expensive, but my
Mm-hmm.
dress, thankfully, they was really nice to help my mom find a dress that was like $100 or something.
Oh, that's not
Um,
bad.
and
Mm-mm.
got a lot of compliments with that dress. So
They nowadays they be paying the same price as a wedding dress at these proms. Like, okay, like come on.
700, 900,
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 for a dress you're only going to wear
With
one.
one time. That's it. Because
But like
by the
I said,
time they hit 20 and 30, I don't know about you, but your body changed, especially after you have kids. You can't fit it. You can't fit it to you 17-year-old outfit you used to wear. No, ma'am. You gotta
no,
take out a rib, two ribs probably.
okay. I can't even get in my wedding
Right,
dress.
right.
I can't even get in my wedding dress. My wedding dress is still in this closet back here, and I know
Child,
I
listen,
need
that's
to get it
probably
now.
mine is probably done. Shoot, I don't know. Probably in New York junk landfill. Don't, okay, I don't, child. Don't get me started. It's probably
Oh
on his
my
way to
God,
Mexico or something. I don't know.
child. Look, I understand. I
I'm a
understand.
mess.
Yeah.
I'm a
So,
mess.
like I said, it's a once in a lifetime. To each his own.
Mm,
I get it. Everybody wants to make sure that it's the best of the best and all of that.
mm,
But again, everybody's just enjoying themselves, and as they should, as they should.
mm. As they
But
should.
oh, and your girl is graduating. Naya's
Oh,
graduating this Friday, getting her associate's degree.
oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
so bad. I just still be picturing them in high school. I'm just still like locked into that, and they far from your kids are far from high school at this point. But congratulations to her.
Yeah.
And you know what I noticed that people are doing also differently this year. Now that May 1st was like the deadline, I guess, for kids to choose colleges, and my son chose his, but I don't want to announce it yet. Don't want to
Okay.
announce it yet, but it's I see a lot of parents announcing the school, the college that their
Mhm.
kids are going to. I like that. I do
Mhm.
like that. That
Mhm.
everybody celebrate. I think that's quite cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I see it all the time. They post it all the time. And they just, especially in our culture, we got to make it so so flamboyant sometimes, but
Hmm.
they make that announcement. They have like a big party. Some have parties, some have like, like they have like a baby shower and you don't know the sex of the baby, so they make it a
Hmm.
big kind of situation. So some do
Hmm.
it like that too. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of
Hmm.
cool. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yes, let us know, everybody, about what you want us to talk about for this summer. I have some
Yeah.
ideas, and and we can make it really fun, make it light, all that good stuff. And
What's on your mind, guys, this summer? What are some things you want
yeah,
to accomplish? Some things you want to get rid of? Definitely feel free to share it in the chat.
for sure, for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our topic. Our topic is simple and it's fun, and it's right straight to the point. So we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be talking about, I don't have it.
Mm.
I don't have it, honey. I don't have it. I ain't got it. I'm not going. Even if I do have it, I ain't giving it to you. Okay.
I know that's right.
Yeah. Look. I've donated more than I should.
Mm-hmm.
I see that you don't appreciate what I give. I
Mm-hmm.
give out
Yep.
or pour out. So no, I don't have it. And this is the moment, ladies, that we need to be bold. With our situation.
Yeah.
We had talked a couple of weeks ago about the word no.
Yeah.
The word no is a complete sentence. You don't
Yep.
have
That was a
to.
powerful, powerful lie. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, you don't have to give a dissertation as to why you said no.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is, right?
That's right.
Let's get started with the first topic. So, what is it about I don't have it? The first thing you don't have is what? We don't have time to spare.
Nope.
We don't have time to spare at.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
As you get older in life, I know for me, you start to realize the value of time. Time is so precious. It is something that
Mm-hmm.
you really don't want to waste any more time. You just
Mm-hmm.
utilize the time as best as you know how, and
Mm-hmm.
especially that you have stepped out of a bad situation, whether it's a bad relationship or bad friendship or bad whatever. You just start to take a little bit more time reevaluating.
Mm-hmm.
How when we look at that relationship and we like, I can't believe I wasted all this time with this.
Mm, mm,
I can't
mm,
believe I wasted this time, you know, doing this, saving that, whatever, and it could be so daunting, and you like, here's the thing, I'm not gonna get that time of my life
mm-hmm,
back, you know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? And now, you feel kind of bad about it, but thank God for God. He gives us another chance, another opportunity, another season,
mm-hmm,
right? To get that time back, if that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
And now
Right.
we gotta be more responsible with our time, be more sensitive with our time,
Mm-hmm,
not rush time, because sometimes
mm-hmm.
we get a little bit impatient.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to really say, okay, God, just order my steps with this, help me how to really appreciate the time you have given me for this day, how to
Amen.
utilize it
Mm-hmm,
accordingly, so it don't feel like I wasted too much time, or I cheated with
mm-hmm,
my time, or I didn't, or it wasn't profitable, those
mm-hmm,
kind of things. So yeah, I don't have time to spare for nonsense. I don't have time to
mm-hmm,
spare for foolery. I don't have time to spare
mm-hmm.
for the same bull junk of conversations. I don't have time for that.
Yep. Yep.
My life is in a different level right now. So
Mm-hmm.
you start to take that very seriously at this point.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Especially with me, that I'm soon to be 58 years old, and I'll be 60 in a
Mm.
couple of
And
years,
you don't look a day past 25, honey.
Girl, look, okay,
Amen.
right? But now
Yes.
it's more sensitive at that stage of my life, because
Right.
life
Right.
is going so quick, and you just want to be
Real
able to
fast.
appreciate it more.
Right.
After a while, when you've been through what you've been through, again, you don't have
Mm-hmm.
time to deal with the bull junk, with the nonsense, with negative people, with narcissistic
Right.
behavior, with
Mm.
you don't have time for all of that. So yeah, your
No.
time is precious, your time is valuable, your time is sacred, y'all.
Mm. That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? Your
right.
time is sacred. And when you
Yep.
start to see that, you respect time more. When
Way
you
better.
start to respect it, then other people around you is going to start respecting your time,
Mm-hmm. That's
because they
true.
see you're not wasting it like you used to. You're not playing
Mm-hmm.
around with it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They see that difference in you right now.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about time to spare. I don't have the time to spare for no kind of stuff that is not going to help me grow, that is not going to be positive for me,
Mm-hmm.
going to be fruitful, is not going to, help me to get to the next level
Right.
in my life, whether it's professional, personal, or even in my spiritual life.
That's right. You're right.
Go ahead, Tisha.
When I think about spare time, right, I think of a spare tire, right? If those of you who drive or have driven in the past, you have that spare tire in your trunk, and it's there just in case you get a flat tire. You have a reserve, it's right there. So that's what I think of spare time have. When I have that time just in case I need to relax, just in case I need to take a break, just in case. I told my kids this week, I said, you know what, guys, very soon, okay, mommy's gonna start taking herself out on a date, like going, spending our own spare time and just taking myself out to dinner at favorite restaurants. And the reason why that's important to me is because I spent so many years eating what somebody else wanted to eat,
Mm,
going places that somebody else wanted to go, doing all the things. And it's like I very rarely had a decision on that. And it was sort of like when I did want to do something, it was like, so take myself out. So that's how I'm going to leverage my spare time. Guys, your spare time, you got to take ownership of that. You got
mm,
to take possession over that. You
mm,
can't say, if you feel like people waste your time, no, you wasted your time. You gave away your spare time.
mm,
You took that tire out the trunk and just threw it away. You know what I'm saying? That was meant to be there for you, for it to be spare for your leisure, for your enjoyment, for your whatever, right?
that's
And don't feel guilty because you don't have spare time for other things. That you're really taking that ownership of your spare time and saying, you know what, I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to auction it off. I'm not going to just throw it in the garbage. You know what I'm saying? Because we
mm,
always say that, oh, this person wasted my time, this person. No, why are you answering the phone when you know that you're going to have a 2-hour conversation that's not going to go nowhere? Why are you
mm,
saying yes? Some of us say give away our spare time because we're saying yes, we're over. And I shared this early this year. I shared that I had to really come to a Jesus moment and say, listen, I'm overcommitting myself. I was and I had to get locked into not overcommitting myself, saying yes to everything, and now saying no. Now here's the thing, y'all, and this is just from my personal experience. When you start to say you don't have the spare time, people are going to get mad at you. People
mm,
are going to be upset with you. People are going to say, oh, and I've been told this, you're changing, you're different. They're going to say all these things, right? Because you're not giving away your spare time.
yeah.
You don't have to even be, it don't matter if you're nice about it, no matter if you're really stern about it, people are going to still feel away. So you cannot be so emotionally attached to what their feelings are. Really, you got to look at it as, listen, this is my spare time. This is mine.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody says, hey, you have a minute, it's never a minute. Let's be honest. You
Yeah.
have a moment, it's never a moment. Okay. And the reason why I want y'all to really take ownership of your spare time is that some of us, we get so emotionally committed to everyone else, right? If
Mm-hmm.
somebody calls you with a problem or issue, you want to be misfix it. And there's nothing wrong with being that way, but sometimes when you try to be mixed fix it person, you leaving things for yourself behind that you're not getting done that you need to get done. I used to feel guilty for sleeping a little later in the day because I used to be that person that want to wake up at 3 a.m. every morning. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm 43 years old. My body needs to rest. My body needs to recharge. Needs to do all the things. So I stopped feeling bad for
Yeah.
that because you need rest. That's one of the top things of wellness is that your body has to get rest when it needs to get rest.
Mm-hmm.
But again, guys, treat your spare time like your spare tire in your car. You
Okay.
ain't taking that out if all your tires are not flat. No, you only take it out and just in case you need it for your car, not
Mm-hmm.
for Miss such and such car up the street, not such and such car in another state. Your car. That's your
Yeah.
time. That's
Yeah.
your time. Just like
Mm-hmm.
people take their time and they use it for themselves, you got to do the same thing too. You can't give everything to everybody. And I
Mm-hmm.
reached a point in my life where I, you know, I'm unapologetic about that.
Mm-hmm.
because my mental health is important. I even started going back to therapy recently. Last week, I started my sessions again because, again, that's 45 minutes to an hour that I block out on my schedule every single Friday on purpose because I
Mm-hmm.
got to get that. That's my spare time. And I'm not going to say, well, I don't have time to do it. I don't have to. No, you have the time.
Yeah.
Right. But that's your spare time is your spare time. You leverage that to help elevate you.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Because if you don't block out time for yourself every week, no one else will. They
No
just
one
won't.
else will.
Right.
That is
Mm-hmm.
that is the truth. Let's go to our second point, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have it. What's what you don't have? I don't have the day to go to waste.
Oh, Lord. Y'all know I do not see these. Well, I see these talking points a little bit before. But go ahead, sis. I got something to say about number two.
Woo! Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have the day to go to waste. I have
Nope.
wasted too many days of my life as it is. And again, it's getting back to the relationships, getting back to the people, getting back, trying to explain yourself or whatever it is. I don't have time. Your day is the day that you won't get any more because every day is a
Nope.
different day. But this day is a day that
Amen.
is valued with so much potential, so much grace, so much mercy, right? All of those things. And what do we do with it? We waste it. How do we waste it? By not being proactive. We do it by procrastination. We do it by laziness. We do it by dealing with some things that has pretty much have slowed you down or slow the progress down of your life. You've been hurt, you've been just been sad or what have you, and I get that. But you got to understand, as you start to get older and you start to see how life is, you realize that the day that God has given you, you need to take that thing full throttle. You need to make that day the best day ever. Even if you are doing just minimal work, make it the best day ever, because you're not going to get that day back again. You're just not going to get that day back. How many times a lot of us would say, oh, how I wish I could go back in time and I could go back on that date where I was, what I had on. I could go back and I'm like, oh, I could just change that moment or change that conversation, whatever. You can't
Right.
do it. You
Nope.
can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know what you your faults were back then, or what the things you said and all that, now it's time. Like, okay, today I'm going to make this day a great day. How I'm going to do that? I'm
Mm-hmm.
very productive. I'm going to start thinking positive. I'm going to start
Yep.
doing things that's going to fulfill me. That
That's
really
right.
to be, it's going to be a life changing moment, even though things are not physically actively going as fast as I like to. But today is the day that I'm making this day profitable. I'm making this day
Mm-hmm.
very weighty in a positive sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have that much time to spare. And
Right.
this day
Right.
is just a very special day for me. Not because it's a birthday or, anniversary. No, the day is the day because I'm alive, first and foremost.
That's
God
right.
allowed me to see this day. So yeah,
Yep.
he's telling me, okay, make this day productive, Twonta. How are you gonna make this day productive?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do today? Right? And that could mean,
Right.
making some plans, start, organizing some things, start prepping for the
Mm-hmm.
upcoming season of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But make this day
Mm-hmm.
a profitable day, make it a healthy day. Don't waste it by just
Mm-hmm.
sitting down or just laying down. Now, I get it. For some people, you may have to, rest your body because, physical situation. I'm not talking about
Right.
that. I'm just saying that
Right.
you doing well with your, you good, everything's good, but you're not making this day a very useful day.
Right.
How many
Right.
times, girl, we have talked to our kids,
Mm.
and child, we tell them like, you better go do something. Don't be wasting your day just
Yep.
playing on
They
your
think they got
game.
all the time in the world.
Girl, yes. Make this day a
Right.
very profitable day. Go work. Don't do something with
Make it
yourself.
productive.
Right, but just don't sit here every day in your room, locked up, playing your Xbox
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So likewise, us adults, we need to get up too and be productive with our life. We
That's
want so
right.
much to happen in the near 6 months from now. We want things to change,
Mm-hmm.
but we are not planting the seeds accordingly. So when that
That's
six
right.
months come, we can really reap the harvest.
That's right. You're
So
so right.
don't make this day a day of waste. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. Don't do that. And just for those of you who have a business, I want to give you a little bit of advice.
Mm-hmm.
If you got to make sure that your day does not go to waste when you're running a business,
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure you set certain standards when you are working with people, whether it be clients or business partners or whatever, especially with your time.
Yeah.
I always run into, not always, but this, some of the times you run into dealings where people don't respect your time. When you tell them a particular time, that's a particular time. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure, like, for example, I used to work with a mentor in the past, and he had a policy that if you had a session with him, like a Zoom session, a one-on-one, and let's say your session was for 12 o'clock, if you wasn't on that session 5 minutes before, the minute he logged on at 12, if he didn't see your face, he's out.
He's out.
He's out. He don't care if you had something personal going on. He don't care if whatever, you running late, you getting off of work, whatever. Because at the end of the day, I'm setting the time that I want to meet this person. I'm saying, okay, I want to meet you, coach, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday. I set that time. I'm
Yeah.
the one that put in that commitment to say, I'm going to meet you at this time. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm late, that's on me. That's not on him.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yep.
if you're running a business, y'all, please don't let people play with your time. Please don't. Because
Mm.
if they're gonna play with your time once, they're gonna do it over and over and over again. Now listen, y'all, I understand grace periods, but let's keep it real. My OBGYN, my dentist, my whoever, right? When
Mm-hmm.
if there's a time for 10 o'clock, if I am, yes, Teresa, girl, Teresa, I ain't gotta tell her nothing because she's my sister. When I'm late for my doctor's appointment by 5 minutes, what they gonna say? Oh, we're gonna reschedule your appointment. They don't care if you're in that waiting room acting a darn fool. You ain't getting back there to see nobody. They have a strict policy on that.
Yeah.
But again, guys, we live in a day and age right now where people just want to just not respect or take into account that you have a life or you have a business and you have to see people back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And when people are late or not respecting your time, it creates that domino effect.
It does.
Now you're messing up what it is that you got going on with your follow through with the people that you need to speak to for that day. So I just want to say this for those of you who have a business, have a strict policy when it comes to your time. Don't be lenient, don't be sideways, don't be whatever. Because I'm telling you right now, you do it once time, that's it. My very first mentor, my second mentor I worked with, she was the same way. She did not play. You wasn't on that Zoom or on that. Well, back then it was a phone call. If you wasn't logged in that little portal or phone number, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you have to reschedule. And even if you being allowed to reschedule at that point, because now that creates a sign to whoever you're speaking to that they don't follow through or they're not respectful of the time. So guys, do not feel guilty, y'all. Like just recently I had to say, hey, listen, like this time is this time. If
Mm-hmm.
you're I get it if you're 1 or 2 minutes behind, but if you're like 15, 20 minutes behind, come on now.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, and again, y'all, if you are, let's say, for example, if you are running behind, apologize. That
Mm-hmm.
should be the first thing on your mind. I apologize. I was behind. Let me tell you something. I can say this, y'all, because I got 5 kids. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can say this, but I am, when it comes to punctuality, I don't play about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play about that. Again, people will say, well, you don't understand. I got this going on. Listen, I used to work a full time for corporate.
Yep.
I had 4 kids when I was working for corporate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but I had to show up at that desk at 8
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning. They didn't
Yeah.
want to hear, Rory was waking up late. The school drop off was late. Traffic. They didn't want to hear that. You still get counted for being late.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, listen, you have to create, those of y'all who are coaches, service providers, whatever, don't get so desperate for money that you let people disrespect your time. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if you don't have a dime in your bank account. Do not let people disrespect your time.
Yeah.
Because those are the wrong people. If you take them on as clients or customers, I'm telling you, 2 months, 3 months go down the line, they're going to be the biggest headache
Yeah.
that you ever have. So you rather just say, you know what, you're late. I'm not rescheduling your call, or we're going to have to take another time. I'm not going to meet with you later. I'm blocked up, even if you're not blocked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got
Mm-hmm.
to say, listen, I can't do that. Say no. Don't let, because again, we waste our days wasting time with the wrong people. The right people are going to show up on a Zoom or on a phone call conversation 5 to 10 minutes before you even log on. They're there. They're like in the little waiting room area waiting for you to log on. You know what I'm saying? Those
Yep.
are the type of people that you know that, hey, they're serious. We all have alarms on our phones. We have alarms on our little watches or whatever. Go get you an alarm from the Dollar Tree, whatever. We all have that. We're all grown. We just got to make sure that we are not wasting our days by wasting our time with the wrong individual.
That's the
Yeah.
truth. I'm glad you said that because
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that in a lot of businesses on social media where people post, especially hair salons. You know,
Mm-hmm.
very very tight with that. Like
Oh,
some
yes.
come in because they got other clients.
Yep.
After you, and so if you're supposed to be there at 2:30, right? Your appointment's at 2:30, and
Mm-hmm.
another customer that's like at 3:30, but you don't show up till like
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock or something, and that other
Mm-hmm.
client comes in, she's gonna
They're gonna
take
take
it.
that. Yeah, yeah, because you just, that's money now. That's people's livelihood.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
She's
I'm saying?
gonna
And
take
it
it.
really it doesn't. I mean, it's aggravating to me now because again, this is something that happened just recently for me that I'm just like, okay, I got to make a stricter policy on this. But it is get frustrating when people are not apologetic. One, I really have a thing when people don't apologize. It's just like a little, because I'm always the one that be like, oh girl, I'm sorry. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying? Like, I hopped on here late. Y'all, listen, I apologize for hopping on here late. I didn't say all the excuses, oh, dinner, this, that. Just say, okay, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Be humble. You
mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this just
Yeah.
just say that because some people don't even say that at first. They're like, "Oh, girl, yeah, I was just getting out of work, block traffic." But why
Mm-hmm.
didn't you call me? And then it has
Mm-hmm.
conversation back and forth. But then after
Mm-hmm.
a while, that like you said, that hairstylist or beautician or whatever, they're like, "Well, you know what? Look, I got this client. You did not call me nor text me. So what am I supposed to do?"
And they expect that client to just get up out that chair so they can
Exactly.
turn around and work on their hair. Just like certain people expect you to move your schedule around
Yeah.
because they were late to their appointment with you and they expect you to just carve them in. No,
Yep.
we got to
Yep.
stop becoming so desperate.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I get it, y'all. We business in life is up and down. I understand that. But don't become so desperate. That's not, I know that's not how God wants us to be. So
Absolutely.
anxiously desperate, you
Mm-mm.
know.
Mm-mm. And that's even in your personal relationships. You got
Mm-hmm.
people that don't respect your time, and your day is very important and very valuable, just like
Just as much as theirs is. Yep.
and so if your cousin or your friend or whoever just want to go ahead and take advantage of that, no, especially if they've done it before, but you give them that leverage, you give them a little benefit of the doubt. But if they still come back with that same bull junk again, no, you don't want to deal with that no more. You have to
You
let them
don't,
go.
because if they give you one or two excuses, it's just going to be excuse after excuse
Yeah.
after excuse. And now it's going to be like, well, you did it yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
done it to yourself. You just kept accepting it. You just kept accepting it.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why you get this continuous repetitive cycle of where relationships just don't it doesn't gel, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because people don't want to take accountability, people don't want
Mm-hmm.
to own up, to
Mm-hmm.
their mistakes, people don't want to apologize, they want to gaslight
Mm-hmm.
you or manipulate the whole situation and say, what are you
Mm-hmm.
talking about? Oh, so you think you all that special, my time is
Mm-hmm. The ego in this era
girl.
is for real.
Yes it is, yes
It's
it
like
is.
that people have this ego, this personal stature they feel about themselves that who are you to correct them or who are you to stick to your boundaries or
Yeah.
stick to your guns. You know what I'm saying? Who are you to do that and make you feel away? Y'all don't feel away. No. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to our third point, ladies. Our third point about I don't have it. I don't have the money to splurge.
Mm-mm.
I don't
Mm-mm.
have it, and and we were just saying, if I did have it, I still wouldn't give it
They
to
won't
you
give it to you. Yep. Yep.
because
Yep.
money is valuable and is
Mm-hmm.
precious. And look, I know a lot of us may not have been the best budget person. Okay, we're good at it. We're not really great. We haven't really disciplined
Mm-hmm.
ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But now that things have changed, we all see it. The gas prices are up, groceries
Mm-hmm.
are up.
Stupid high.
Everything is totally out of order, of course. Now
Yeah.
you got to start from the basic. You got to start the budget.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start disciplining yourself,
Mm-hmm.
practicing how to really be more smart and wise with with your spending. If you
Right.
are working and you making a good salary, that's a blessing. But like we said,
Mm-hmm.
everything has gone up now. Even the rent is going up, if not already.
Mm-hmm.
Mortgage payments are
Yeah,
going
it
up,
has.
if not already. So
Mm-hmm.
you start to understand the value of a dollar after a while.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, I need to scale back. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
continue to waste my money or frivolous things that really ain't gonna serve
Mm-hmm.
value anyway anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Just for that moment. But after that, regardless if you spend $5 or if you spend $50 or 500, you realize after a while it was just a waste of money. How many stuff
Yeah.
that we have right now in our house or whatever, then we look at it, especially in our closet, and we realize like I bought that thing 6 months ago and I only wore
Mm-hmm.
one time at that event.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just sitting here in my closet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which mean you bought something that you could have used numerous times, but you learn. We all learn. We all
It's
learn.
a learning process.
And the
Yeah.
value, yeah, when you understand the value of that dollar, you realize you just don't have the time or you can't afford to, splurge like you used to.
Right.
Especially if you have more on your plate. If you got
Mm-hmm.
kids need things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
kids need to, especially if they're in activities, they need stuff, it's a whole lot that's going on. And now you got to major shifts when it comes to your finances. Maybe you got to consider getting a financial advisor to help you
Mm-hmm.
discipline, teach you how to start the basics, you
Right.
know, that if you can afford to do that
Right.
because you got to pay them as well. But if not, just say, okay, I'm just going to scale back. I'm not going to do as much shopping on my Amazon like I used to, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to buy the same stuff that I bought before. Or not even just so much buying, but giving your money to people
Mm-hmm.
who don't need it.
Don't need it because they're going to keep coming back and ask you. I was just telling my son that the other day.
They're
They're going to keep coming back. It's
because
gonna.
they
They're
take
going to
full
find a reason
advantage
to
of you.
borrow.
Yeah, girl, they take full advantage of you. You just I don't have time to give money to you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I just don't. Oh, come on,
Yep.
cuz you working like you got money like that. I saw the other day with Tabitha Brown and her husband,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a little snippet of that video when she was talking about uh, the since 2018, I think it is, or if not 2019,
Mm-hmm.
she has been bombarded basically from family about money
Money. Yep.
ever since she became popular, and she's doing well in her business and all of that. Family's been coming all over the place. Money, 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 money.
Money. Money. Money. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And and she said she had to make some rules here. She had to lay
Yeah.
that down because it was just getting out of hand.
Yeah.
She said, I would help those who definitely need it, but for those who just want it, absolutely not. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people just take advantage of you. And when you don't give it to them, then they think you all bougie. They think you this,
Yeah.
you think you all that, da 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 da. You just as grown as I am. I had to work brother
Mm-hmm.
like you are doing right now. What is the problem?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
T.
People have such a huge love for money that is crazy nowadays. It's like it's all about how many much shoes they can buy, how many clothes outfits they can get. I'm a
Yeah.
real simple person. I could
Me
wear
too.
that same pair of shoes over and over again. I probably wore this. Y'all probably see if y'all go look at all our episodes, y'all probably saw me wear this dress probably 20, 30, 40, 50 times already. Because for me it's like what's more important? You know what I'm saying? You know, Another thing is that, I've been a life insurance agent now for 2 years.
Mhm.
And I'm paying more attention to things financially now because I see more all these GoFundMe's and things like that when people pass on and people are doing that GoFundMe, you really tell how much they have splurged all through their life, that if they had to really manage their money better when they pass on, they would have went into their final expense account and pull from there to pay for a funeral. You know what I mean? Or well, let's say, you're in your 30s and you invest in a IUL for 10 years, you can borrow against it. You be your own bank. You will never have to go to a Chase or a Citibank or whatever to borrow money. You're the bank. So it's so many different things when it comes to splurging, on how it really does you a disservice. Money should be like a bridge. It should be a point to where, how can this money take me from A to B? What can I invest in? What can I put this money in that's going to really help it to grow, right? So it can make more money. You buying the new iPhone every year? Come on. Every year you're just going to buy another phone. You buying a new car? You know what I'm saying? All the time. The minute we all know, the minute you take that car off the lot, the value goes down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to think of the things that you can invest in. An insurance policy is a great way to invest. Real estate. You know what I'm saying? A business. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a business plan. Things like that is going to produce streams of income. Yes, money is absolutely a tool, but we don't treat it that way. If we treat money like it's just this thing that you could just throw around and just every time you just got, I know some people that every time they always got something new. This lady at my church, she's like that. Always got something new on, but always so she turn around and say, borrow money from people. I'm just like, what in the heck? Go sell your clothes or something. You could probably get a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, we got to get out of that mindset of splurging. We really do. And I tell my kids, I never say I don't have it. I tell them, listen, mommy got to do what mommy has to do right now. You know what I'm saying? So they already know for me that I'm really focusing on investing what they need, not what they want. Because kids want a lot of things. They always go, their heart is never going to be satisfied. They're always going to want. My focus is what they need. What do they need right this very second? And that's it. Because we know sometimes we have to fight with our flesh when it comes to that. We do. I love makeup. But and I only wear MAC makeup or other products there, but it's expensive.
Very much.
But I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it right now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to really think about what's more important. And I understand, y'all, sometimes our flesh leads our purchasing habits, and we just like, oh, that's so cute, or that's on sale, or it's Amazon day, or whatever, and we just get. It's even how we shop for groceries too at the same time. Even now, I'm like, y'all, we're not getting all this candy and sweets and all these things. We gotta manage. We gotta manage it, y'all. So especially for those of y'all who have a business and y'all know how business is up and down, you gotta look at, okay, when your business is up, maybe you need to invest in ads. Maybe you need to invest in systems and things like that. So when your business is down, your business is still making money. It's all about structure. How are we structuring our money? How are we saving our money? How are we investing our money? And how we're spending our money.
Yeah.
If you really look at the wealthy, I was watching this video on YouTube and it talked about wealthy, right, versus rich. Wealthy people, you never know if they're wealthy. They're wearing average clothes. They're driving average cars. They're going to average places. Rich people, they got the Rolexes with the diamonds on it, right? The like you said, the sneakers with all the embellishments on it. You could tell, okay, they got money. So they was talking about new money and old money. Old money, you don't know that they got a whole bunch of money because they don't walk around. It's almost like to them, and this is what they said in this video, it is almost a negative for them to show off that they have a lot of money. It's like kryptonite to them. They like to low key. They like to be discreet. What we do, y'all, we get $1 million and we want everybody to see on us that we got $1 million.
Yeah, it's crazy,
right? We want to buy that $50,000 watch. We want to get that Louis Vuitton robe with our name on the back, looking dumb as I don't know what.
Crazy.
We want that. But again, we look at it and we're like, well, why am I getting that? And I talked to my son about this the other day. I was like, you're going to really focus on making somebody else rich and wealthy instead of focusing on, you could have put that money towards a policy for yourself. And by the time because he's 18, I was like, by the time you're freaking 43, you got $1 million in there or more. And you can borrow against or pull the cash value out of it and still the policy will pay for itself.
Yeah.
we gotta really put things into perspective. I wish, oh my God, I made so many, y'all. We all made so many mistakes with money, but
Mm-hmm.
we can't look to the past. We got to look forward. We got to look to the future, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that because especially with our kids now, like you said, that's all they want. Whatever they see, they want. But it's the perfect time to really start teaching them about saving,
Mm-hmm.
to open up a bank account, start putting some money in a savings account,
Mm-hmm.
and all those things. I know with my daughters at the time, I was teaching them about that, put
Mm-hmm.
some money away, so when you get to college, you will have a good amount
Mm-hmm.
of money to help pay your college bills and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my oldest daughter did.
Mm-hmm.
She's naturally that budget type of person anyway. She's very frugal. She doesn't really get all hyped up on stuff that
Mm-hmm.
I gotta have. That's not even her anyway.
And girls her age are that. They
Yeah,
want the long nails and the hair and the
yeah.
diamond jewelry and stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. And so she just pretty much just when she goes to work, she will put what she need to put away and work with the $20 or $40 she put for herself, and
Mm-hmm.
she used that till she gets paid. And so she was doing that and doing that, accumulating until when she got to college. And then that first year, that money helped her within that first semester,
There
if
you
not
go.
almost 2 semesters. But it was going quick. She said, "Oh, mom, that money going quick."
It
But
does,
she's
and they
so
see the
glad.
value of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she said she's so glad that she had it, that she could be
Yeah.
able to get the things she needed, like food for her room and stuff for to keep her room nice or whatever it
Yeah.
was. So
Yeah.
it's so important now that we teach our kids while we starting this summer break, y'all. This will be the
Mm-hmm.
perfect time to really start teaching your kids about money, the value
Mm-hmm.
of the dollar,
Mm-hmm.
and all those things, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, these kids right now, they don't know nothing about
Mm-hmm.
I saw this video. This is off the table here, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I saw this video, Tisha, of this beautiful, I mean, gorgeous young girl. Had to been at least 18 or 20 years of age. And this
Mm.
guy asked her, how many how many dimes equal $1? Why did this baby she had to think on it. And then
What happened?
the guy asked her, like you have people that random at come to people and ask them questions. And so he was in the streets and he was just pulling people, asking general questions. So he asked this young girl, how many dimes are equal $1?
Oh.
This child said, um, is it 20?
Wow.
Looking at her like, what did you just say?
But they're getting rid of coins though. I know out here in New York they're not making pennies anymore.
Yeah, I know.
And nickels.
It's just it baffled my brain
Yeah.
because I know she can't be serious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was very serious.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's more of a temptation to spend, especially for our kids, because everything's digital. We have money. We grew up, Twonta, with money in our hands.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to give me a $2 bill, like the actual, not two singles, the actual $2. I wish I kept a couple of them. But we had money, like, so in our possession. So we saw it when we spend it, we seen it deplete. For them, everything's digital. So it's a different mindset now for kids. They think money is in like a cloud or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just crazy that, our kids today, young adults, they're not financially smart or savvy or what have, just for
Mhm.
just the basic at this point.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
if
just,
you guys are not, you gotta take a moment to educate yourself, guys. You do. That's your responsibility. Like, one thing I can say about me getting my certification, it taught me a lot about money. I mean, you learn the ins and outs and the outs and ends of money and how it works. And those of y'all who run a business, I know, because I follow a lot of families who their kids work for the business. They don't work at a McDonald's or anything like that. And I think it's important, even then, even though your children are, and it's okay. to have your kids work your business, I think that's beautiful, but
Mm-hmm.
let them also understand the value of money. Because I think I worked, my first job was at Nathan's, so I was, working. I had to punch in, and I get it. From when you're running a successful business, a lot of times you don't have your children punch into a clock; they work for you. But
Right.
also teach them the value of money, because then they're going to have that grow up with that sense of entitlement. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, mommy and daddy going to take care of everything. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Mommy's is wealthy. You're not.
Right.
You gotta build your own footholds out there.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Let's get to our last point.
Last
Last
point.
point.
We got a bonus for y'all. Normally we have three, but we got a
We
bonus for
have
y'all
three.
today.
Yeah. But our last point is I don't have time for false claims.
No,
I don't have
not
time
in
for
2026.
not in
Sorry.
2026. I'm sorry. I don't have time for false claims. What I
Right.
mean by false claims, you claim that you claim that you really care about the relationship, or you care about my space, or you care about, my mind, or whoever, but it's just a bunch of lies. I
Mm-hmm.
committed my time, as we talked about. I committed my day or days. I committed my money, everything to you, but yet you took it for granted,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired of
Throw it
giving.
away.
I'm tired of giving it to you, and
Mm-hmm.
yet you don't appreciate it. So I don't have time for that. I don't have time to get my heart hurt. I don't have time to being played. I don't have time for that, because false claims, that's dangerous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it
It is
is. It
dangerous,
is.
and it can get you in a lot of trouble, or an
Mm-hmm.
entanglement, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't afford that right now. You just can't afford that. So, tell people you just don't want to associate yourself with people that are not authentic, that are not real, that are not honest, that don't respect your morals, don't respect who you are as a person.
Right.
If they can't take the word no, they're not worth the time. They're not worth your energy. If they
That's
get
right.
all been out of shape because you don't want to go out with them, or you don't have any interest, yeah, that's a red flag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't have time to even play these games.
Mm-hmm.
Again, as we mentioned, time is of the essence. Time is
Mm-hmm.
fragile. Time is special.
Mm-hmm.
Life is special. Bottom
Mm-hmm.
line, you value your life. You value the moment that you're here. So
Mm-hmm.
you start to take things a little bit much differently than you did when you was in your 20s and your 30s now.
Mm-hmm.
Especially those who are in my generation and up. Now I
Mm-hmm.
understand no, not my grandparents, my great aunts and them. I understand what they were saying. Life
Mm-hmm.
is too short.
It
You take
is.
things
It's
a little
very
bit
short.
more serious now. You don't have time to play the games. You
You
don't have
don't.
time to give your heart out to so many people, and all they're going to do is just keep on stabbing and dagging you and all that stuff, and give you this false hope, false
Mm.
identity, all of that stuff. You ain't got time for that,
You don't.
you just rather just be by yourself, so to speak, not saying you isolate yourself from everybody, but you just don't want to be around or commit to people who are just not authentic and who is not real. You just don't
Right.
have time for that. Go ahead,
You
sis.
don't. You don't. You really don't. I want y'all to stop explaining and stop defending yourself.
Yeah.
There's certain people, especially in my life, my personal life, they're going to always paint a narrative, a negative narrative about you. Always.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing that you're going to can do that's going to change that narrative, or going to shift that narrative, or for you to even expose that false narrative. There's just people that are just going to feel away about you, and they're just going to say, hey, listen, to hide and cover up whatever crap they've done to you. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to turn around and try to paint a negative narrative about you. Oh, she's did this and you did that and you're this and you're that. So cover up the crap that they've done to you for many, 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 many years.
Mm-hmm.
Don't explain, don't defend. Keep
Yeah.
living your life, be the best you can be. Thank God, pray to God. Because let me tell you something. One thing I tell you right now, I know for a fact that God knows me.
Yep.
God knows me. And hold on one second, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. He knows us. He claims us, and he's not going to, dare
Exactly.
allow people
He
to hurt us either.
Yep, he knows you, he knows me, and he covers me every single day. We get so, me personally, I used to get so wrapped up and try to defend myself and explain to myself, and less involved in having a relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
I really got to that point in my life where it was that it was like it was more important to defend myself against false allegations and false narratives that somebody else was doing saying towards me, that person was causing all this uproar in my life for many, many years,
Mm-hmm.
instead of less focusing on, well, how does God see me?
Yeah.
Is God pleased with me? That's my focus right now in my life. I pray and I focus on building a relationship with God and building a relationship with my children, because that's really all the only thing you can actually benefit the most from. Somebody else talking about you, somebody else talking behind your back, somebody else, even if those people believe it, let them.
Mm-hmm.
Let them. I remember like a couple of weeks ago, oh, I got a phone call. Oh, such and such said this. Oh, go, is this true? You go to them and ask them that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I will let people think however they want to think. To
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, you're gonna waste so much energy trying to come up with receipts and screenshots and all these things. They're not your judge.
Yeah.
They're not the judge or the jury. Now, if you're sitting in front of a judge or whatever, yeah, you gotta have all that laid out. But sometimes we treat people in our lives like they're the judge and jury. So we're gonna be months and months and months on end trying to explain and defend ourselves, and realizing that they're still going to think the way they want to think.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point? You
Mm-hmm.
don't have time for false claims. You don't have time for lies and deceit and manipulation and gaslighting.
Sure
You don't
don't.
have time for that. You can choose. Your lack of response is a response. You
Mm-hmm.
saying, I'm not commenting to that. I'm not talking about that. And I don't want to even you mention that person's name in front of me. That's okay.
There you go.
Because not everything has to be a fight. I used to be such a reactive person. You know what I mean? And I shared this on the show before, because I've had, poor situations with men. Now that I'm around more normal men in my life, it made it difficult for me to communicate with them, to the point where they would look at me and be like, "What's wrong?" I just, you know, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to look back and be like, "Okay, let me get out of my head here." Instead of me assuming and literally going on attack,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this is why I told you on our last show. I said, listen, get from around toxic people, because you're going to have an issue communicating with normal people, having normal conversations with people, because you've been around that toxic relationship or that toxic friendship or that toxic. I had toxic business partnerships as well. When you get into good business partnerships, you're going to have a huge issue with communication. Communication is everything. And you
Mm-hmm.
probably have been with people or several people in your life that was just poor communicators. There's nothing wrong with you. You just wasn't around people who communicated with emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You probably been around people who had emotional immaturity for so long, where everything was like, discard and gaslighting, and it was always a fight. When somebody comes around you and they authentically have great communication, it's a little bit of an issue with you communicate with them, because every time they say something you think is an attack,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's not that way. So you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of the toxic people. So y'all stop. I'm going to say this. I'm going to keep saying this on every single show. Every time we talk about this, stop defending yourself. Stop explaining yourself.
Yep.
I had to look at myself in the mirror and ask myself for forgiveness for all the
Mm-hmm.
things that I had to hold myself accountable for putting myself through. Because at the end of the day, guys, we accept certain people's behavior. We may feel like you may not have liked their behavior, but you may have accepted it for 20 plus years
Mm-hmm.
and stayed in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
instead of saying, okay, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to apologize to myself. And then from there, I had to tell myself what my personal emotional boundaries are. And my personal emotional boundary, one of them is that I'm not going back and forth with you.
Yeah.
I'm just not. It's not happening. And you gotta, and that's just how I operate in certain conversations. Now, if there's a certain situation where there needs to be that, I'm having a back and forth with an emotionally intelligent person. So it's not really an argument. It's a
Mm-hmm.
conversation.
The conversation. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of just being a human being, period. Is
Mm-hmm.
when you have people who are loving, when you're around people who are loving and caring and don't want to tear you down. Because come on, y'all, let me be real. Some of y'all are around people that want to tear you down,
Mm-hmm.
that want to make you cry. You crying does something to them. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like they got some evil demon in them or something, you know? And me genuinely, I don't want nobody to cry because of anything I said. I would feel bad if me and you were having a discussion, Twonta, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make you react in an emotional way. No.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
there's people out there, y'all, that love that. They live off of that. They want you angry. They want you bitter. They want you upset. They love that. And I'm telling you guys right now, that's not normal.
That's not normal at
And
all.
I'm only saying that, y'all, because I used to think that was normal.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to think that was normal.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
That's not
Me too.
normal, y'all. I don't care if you're a man, woman, or child. That is not normal. If
Mm-mm.
anybody walks away and they walked away and they're okay with the fact that they walked away and you're in tears and
Mm-hmm.
they're the cause of it,
Yep.
you better run.
And
There's
don't
no
think
changing that person. Only God can change that person. If they allow, here we go. You can pray for that person all day long, but if that person doesn't want change or want to get better, they're never going to change. So you got to ask yourself, are you going to continue to put yourself through this? Or are you going to make a change and say no more? And we
no,
talked about that on the last show, no more.
no more. Yep.
Okay. So we got to hold ourselves accountable. If somebody gives you a false claim, if you try to defend yourself, that's on you. That's on you.
Yep.
And all of us are always talking about God, this, God, that. When you are really putting something in God's hands, you leaving it there. You like, listen, just like when you go in the airport and you give the people your luggage and
Mm-hmm.
you trusting that, hey, you have faith that when you get to your destination,
It's gonna be
it's going
there.
to be there. Right? You got to have that same thing when it comes to your problems and your situations where people are throwing out all these lies and manipulations and false claims on you. You got to say, okay, I'm just going to give it to you, Lord. You know what to do with it.
No, that's right.
You know, and
I'm.
one of my business partners told me this today. He said, because he's been through a lot of his life too, and one of the things he said was like, it was supposed to happen this way. Don't y'all know that sometimes when you have all this false attack, don't you know it's supposed to happen that way? That
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yeah.
it's something bigger, and maybe all these things are happening because it's supposed to happen. When you be ready to have your boxing gloves on and fight a war that you're not even supposed to be fighting, it's not even yours. You want to stay stuck in that situation.
Yeah.
Just saying, none of us can go ahead of God. I don't know what. Listen, I don't care how many times you try to get in that ring. It's not going to happen. And I understand, ladies, there's a time in your life, and I know it's been this way for me, just in recent past, where you're probably going to feel the loneliest you've ever been. And yes, you may have a crowd of people around you, but you just may feel like I'm lonely. And my biggest advice to you is go get you some therapy. And I'm only saying this because I'm in therapy. Go speak to somebody. It could be every week, every month, however you do it. Go ahead and have a conversation with somebody because you're not alone
You're not
and you're
alone.
not by
By
yourself
yourself. That's right.
and
You're
you're
not.
not insane and you're not crazy. None of those things you are.
Nope. You're not. You don't.
Mhm,
You start to value who you are, and when you
mhm,
see that, yeah, you will stand up for yourself, and nobody else stand up for you. You stand up for
mhm.
yourself, and you realize, yeah, I'm much more valuable than this foolishness here. I'm not going to waste my energy trying to defend myself, and because time will tell. My mama always told me, baby, time will tell,
I will tell.
and time don't lie.
Don't lie at
Time
all.
will tell the truth about those people that's falsely, accusing you or saying all kinds of stuff about you that's not true. You
It's
don't need
not.
to
And
do that.
life is short, ladies. When you
Yeah,
even go into the Bible, right, Twonta, in the Bible, people back in the day, people lived for 300 years, right?
yeah.
So when we die at 80, 90 years old, that's young compared to biblically how long these people were living for a long time and still having kids. You're like, what? That
Hmm.
was so it's like for us, in this era when now we're, it's a blessing to live past 75. We can't just be playing around with our time and arguing with everything that somebody say for what?
Yep, you got to just release all of that negative stuff because it starts to become toxic for you, and it
Right.
starts to affect your organs, your
Mm-hmm.
your everything. It
Your
really
mental
does.
health, everything.
Your mental health, all of that. And so, if you really love yourself like you say you do, you will definitely just start eliminating people out of your life. There's a woman that I just follow on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
She's also on Facebook. I actually saw her on Facebook and I
Mm-hmm.
came across her on Instagram. A young girl. She's 22, 23 years old.
Mm.
She has two babies. She just had her second one maybe about a couple of months, a few months
Oh.
ago, by this boyfriend that I don't know the full story of his situation, but I think
Right.
he was I don't know if he was already married or involved with somebody else. But anyway, she well, of course was with this guy, they were living together, all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
she went to church a couple of weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she just repented and gave her life back to the Lord.
Mm.
Um, she kicked the guy out her apartment
Mm.
because she said she was tired of the manipulation. She was
Mm.
tired because she caught him cheating, but not
Mm.
like physical. And since she caught him cheating, I guess by the phone or whatever he used.
Mm-hmm. That get these men in trouble every time.
Yeah, and she just had enough, and she showed
Mm-hmm.
it on her video on her Facebook and Instagram page. She said, "Nope, you get out of here, devil. Get out of here. I'm
Gotta
done."
do it.
Took all his stuff out the door.
Mm-hmm.
He's out there being a narcissist. He's like, "What are you talking about?
Yep.
What do
Yep.
you mean?
Everything's
I
your
don't."
fault.
Yeah. And she's like, mm-mm. And she wasn't like screaming like he wanted her to. She didn't get all irate. She was calm, but she was serious. And she's like, nope, that's okay. I'm done with it. Nope, 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 nope. I'm not going to live like this no more. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get out
Mm-hmm.
of here, this, that, whatever. And he was like filming, using his phone to record. So, he's
They
doing that.
famous
He's
for
like,
doing that.
yeah. And he's like, I don't understand what you're
I
talking
don't
about.
understand what I do.
Yeah, right. What I do exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
she sits outside on the steps,
I know the story.
and then he comes out with a bag, and he changed his whole mood.
Oh, tell you, demon.
Change his whole mood. He's like,
Demon.
"You're gonna regret this," or somehow he said it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "No, I'm not devil. The devil is alive."
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, ain't nobody can tell me different. They got a demon inside of them. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a demonic spirit. Period.
It's
That
definitely
narcissistic
that.
behavior is a demonic spirit, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
People can sugarcoat all they want to, but that's what it is. That's why it's so
Yes, it is.
difficult to try to get those people out of your life, and that's why you need God to be the one to
Yes, you
remove
need
those
to
people
let
out of your life
on everything.
on
You gotta
everything, for
get
real,
God involved.
because you cannot do that on your own. When you deal
Nope.
with that kind of mindset and that kind of evil tensions, no, God is the one that will handle that person on His time. But yeah, I was so proud of her. I don't even know who the girl was, but I
Demon.
started following her, and people was asking how can they support. So she decided to do a GoFundMe page, but she wasn't expecting, because she said the limit was for her was like $1,000. That's all she
Mm.
was looking for. But since then, and that was like 2-3 days ago, it has quadrupled. And so
Wow.
he has been like overwhelmed with gratitude and
That's
what people have
amazing.
poured into her, and she's like, yeah. And so she comes on, she's like, I'm so glad I got rid of that guy, this, that, or whatever. She's like, because she said that day, she said, girl, I'm just going to read my Bible. I'm
Yep.
just going to go ahead and take care of my babies.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
that's it. Control what you can
done.
control. Because there's no
Exactly.
level of change. Even if you take them people to therapy,
Yeah,
to
girl.
the preach, I don't care. It's you gotta let God take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was
Because
just so proud of her. So
yeah,
listen,
that's what you have
y'all,
to do.
this is what, yeah, exactly. I was about to say that this is what you have to do. Start making some changes for your life now. Start
Mhm.
standing on that word no, and start saying, I don't have time for these things.
Mm.
It's like my girl on that video, she had enough. And when a woman has enough, had enough, baby, it's a done deal.
So
Okay.
was that
It is done. Okay. Deuces.
okay?
Okay.
You
It is
don't do right
done.
by me, okay?
Okay. And so we
Tanya, that
have
movie said it at the end, silly.
this. Come on.
Yes.
For
God
real.
will take care of him. Don't worry, or her.
Yeah,
There's some men
absolutely.
dealing with this too now, with these crazy
Oh,
women out there.
absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And she even came on her video, and the next day, I think it was like yesterday, she was crying. She said, it's hard because now she's like detoxing,
Settling. Yeah.
because she's been
Yeah.
with this guy for a minute.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now she has
Her
to figure out
body is in shock.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how that feels. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But she'll get through that. Trust
baby's
me, she will.
daddy. Yeah, oh yeah, she's be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's
That's gonna last probably a couple of weeks, and then she
yeah,
starts to get into knowing who she is
yeah,
and loving who she is.
exactly. But she said that she's going to keep fighting. She's going to continue to focus on God. She's not going to go back to him. But it,
Mm-mm.
it, she said this is real when you are thinking about that person and you've been with someone for such a long
Mm.
time. It's so easy to fall back to that,
That's what trauma bonding is. And this is a
Yes,
clinical thing, guys. I'm not just throwing that word out there. It's trauma bonding, where it makes you feel like, when you, even though that person is the worst of the worst of the worst, when you have that moment where you're by yourself, you're gonna have feeling like you want to go back to that. Your whole body, like an addiction. But you
exactly.
gotta fight through that. You gotta pray through
Gotta
that.
fight through
Yeah.
that. Absolutely, absolutely. So, y'all, this concludes our topic for tonight. I hope you were really blessed. We gave you that bonus, but yeah, do not tolerate anything that is going to take up your time. That's
That's
gonna,
right.
cause, headache, cause stress
Hmm.
in your life. You don't need that right now.
Don't
Life
need it.
is just it's too short for all of that. You know,
Hmm.
it's too short. So now we move into our next segment, and that is what's news. We do have a
What's
for you,
news?
y'all. This is where we get the opportunity to put our spotlight on individuals who are doing some wonderful, great things in their community. So our girl Therese had blessed us with the what's news, um, and we're gonna go ahead and let me find it.
Yes. And our What's New segment, as you know, Tawanta mentioned earlier, we talk about things that's out there online that you're not probably ever going to see on your news channel.
Right.
So we like to give individuals our platform, the Sister to Sister Connection platform, to share all the positive, amazing things that they're doing. So what we want you guys to do is, Therese always puts the link in the chat. Therese is our show producer. She always puts a link in the chat for you guys to follow or check out their different blogs. So just go check it out, leave a like and a comment, and that just helps us to get that word out.
Yeah. So we have this beautiful young lady by the name of Nyla Jackson or Nayla.
Mm. Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah. And it says she helps Greater Birmingham. So this is in Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah. Entrepreneurs navigate business resources. So
Uh-huh.
throughout the year, Network Navigator hosts entrepreneur
Mhm.
focused workshops, networking events, and roundtables, as well as community conversations that help entrepreneurs understand policies, systems, and opportunities that impact their businesses. In addition, through the core program, entrepreneurs can get hands on business support for marketing and branding, human resources, bookkeeping, and more. So in May of 2024, Nyla Jackson launched Network Navigator as a 1 day event designed to connect greater Birmingham based small business owners with the resources they needed to grow their companies. But she didn't stop there. Today, Network Navigator is an independent nonprofit organization serving local entrepreneurs year round with an online platform of resources and a variety of educational programs. She says, I'm really hyper focused on access. Um, I think access is where our biggest gap is. People think it's funding, but it's actually access. So that's my goal. Network Navigator is the access point for entrepreneurs. So right now, Jackson is gearing up for Network Navigator Small Business Week, For more than 60 years, the U.S. Small Business Administration has celebrated National Small Business Week to recognize the contribution of the entrepreneurs and small business owners. Network Navigator Small Business Week will coincide with National Observance, which is set for May 3rd to the 9th. So it's happening now. So the week will begin Sunday, May 3rd at 5 p.m. at the clinic, I think, with the Network Navigator um, Small Business Awards, which will recognize local business leaders shaping the city economic future. She said, I want to make sure that these people are going to have to pour the last and that they have into something, start off right and start off strong. So they will partner with the Birmingham Public Library to launch the Navigator BHM kiosk, an initiative designed to embed business resources. And on Wednesday, May 6th, the Network Navigator will return for its third year at the Urban Studio in downtown Birmingham with the theme Tech Meets Main Street. And it's a free all-day summit. We will feature hands-on workshops, live demonstrations, industry roundtables, opportunities to connect directly with capital providers and technical assistance organization. This is amazing.
Yes, I like that name, Network Navigator. I love it.
Yeah, so you
Mm.
guys go ahead and continue reading this. This is a little bit lengthy, but you guys go ahead and continue reading this. And definitely support her if you guys are watching this, and hopefully if you are in the Birmingham area, definitely go ahead and check it out and support her, um, and learn more about your business, and whatnot. This is a great thing that she's doing.
Yeah, it is. I think it's important that we get back to that face to face networking, that aspect of coming in and introducing yourself and what you do and things like that. There's so much benefits and potential to people seeing you in the flesh. You know what I mean? So I'm so glad that she's doing this, and definitely continue on. I mean, she's definitely in a state where I'm pretty sure she has challenges. I mean, here in New York, I mean, there's all types of events. I mean, every single day there's some type of a networking event. So I know for Alabama right now, there's a big need for that. Especially there's more and more Black-owned businesses coming around because of all the laws. And, we all know Alabama's a red state, but everything that's going on there is good for people to come together like this. So that's good. Keep going, y'all. Make sure y'all, Therese put the link to uh, this blog here. So definitely click on it, read the whole thing. I think there should be a comment section somewhere in there. So just definitely show your support and just follow her on all social media platforms as indicated on the blog. So yes, y'all, that's what's news. That's what's news.
News. And I don't know, I didn't
Yes.
see if she had an Instagram account or anything. If she does, just check that out and
Check it out or
follow
just type
her.
in her name and
Mhm,
something probably would definitely come up. Yeah.
for
So
sure.
just like we said early in the show, Twonta mentioned how, we have 2 more episodes this season. Just so you guys know, just a reminder, every season, we're in season 18. We do 10 episodes per season. This is so important because we want you guys to definitely support the show and be involved in the show. Twonta and I are going to have our meeting coming up soon. We're going to talk about some things we want to present to you guys, especially those of you who are in our community. So definitely put in the chat. Let us know any topics you want us to discuss for the summer season. Not because the topics for this season is already done, but for the next season, we're going to take a break, 2-week break. We always do this. Take a
Mm-hmm.
break, and then we start season 19, which probably will be in the middle of June.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of June, give or take. And we know June, like Twonta said earlier, May and June is a busy season for everyone. I know for me too, right?
Yep.
So we definitely appreciate you guys' support.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just help us out, and we could go ahead and get that summer season going. Um,
Yes.
with fun and all that good stuff and everything. So yeah, that's about. Oh, and make sure too, y'all, that if you want to be a part of our our network or part of our group,
Mhm.
there is the link of Teresa. If you didn't post, yeah, I'm pretty sure she did, but just put it up there again that they can click on that and they can definitely request to be a part of
Yes.
our group page, and definitely click on that. There'll be several questions for you to answer,
Hmm.
and the administrative team will go ahead and preview that or review that, and then we could go ahead and invite you into the group. So
Right.
definitely welcome to the family and all those good things. And yeah, so yeah, we are so excited about what's coming up in the next season,
Yes.
all that good stuff. But y'all have a good time, enjoy your
Oh,
family,
wait
enjoy
a
the
minute.
sun.
Was it last week or the week before last where you had a ceremony at the church?
Oh no, you know what? That was that was 3 years ago.
Oh my God, girl. I thought it was recent. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
3 years ago. That's why I was saying I can't believe it's 3 years already that we
Oh,
got.
I didn't even read the chat caption. You see, I didn't read I'm, and people be telling me that. I be liking and commenting, be like, did you read the caption? I'm like, oh, what happened? Oh, that was
Yeah, that
7
was
years ago. My bad.
that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, time goes by fast. And let me tell you something, you look the same. That's why I thought it was recent, because
Yeah.
you have not aged since I known you. And I'm being serious. I,
With except
the
of these
month,
grays, baby, these grays are
it,
coming.
yes, but
Yeah,
you look
but
the same. So I think that's what it was. Some people in 2 years, they were like, oh, like,
mm-hmm. Like what
it has
happened?
done. Right? I think it's amazing. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing. But again, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining us today. Replay viewers, we love y'all. Thank y'all for joining. And we see y'all next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another Sister to Sister Connection show. And remember, as always, love on your sister. Bye, guys.